In today's video, I am back with another fragrance haul. If you're interested, then just keep watching. Hi, my name is Ayesha from simplyayesha.com. Here on YouTube, I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as I said, today's video, we do have a fragrance haul. Now this haul will be a mixed bag. So some of the things I've purchased, some of the things were sent to me in PR. Any of the ones that were sent to me from a brand, I will let you guys know this is not a sponsored video, so I'm not being paid to talk about these fragrances, but I got new packages and I want to share them with you. So some of these fragrances I have smelled and worn, and some of these are just going to be my very first impression of them. So let's go ahead and get into the fragrances. So I decided to start out with my scent of the day. So this first fragrance is from YSL. This is from their private line, and this is number 37. So this fragrance I actually picked up in store. I was in store shopping and I was buying a handbag, and I saw these fragrances on the counter. I think there were like 3 of them, and smelled them and fell in love with the smell of 2 of them actually. I ended up getting this one, and it was a very like rushed decision. I mean, I wasn't rushed, but it's one of those things. It's like, you know, when you're at the checkout line and you see something and grab it last minute. It was one of those. But I am wearing it today. It's actually my second time wearing it, and I do love the way it smells. So to me, this smells like a woody iris scent. So the iris comes off as a little bit powdery, but not super thick powdery, but a little bit powdery, a little bit makeup smelling, kind of like lipstick, but not too far in that direction. And then there is some woodiness in this fragrance. And I believe it is oud. I think that's the wood in here, if I remember correctly when I looked it up. And this fragrance also smells like there could be benzoin or something in there that's giving it a very resinous quality. So it is warm, it is slightly sweet, it is slightly powdery, but it's also kind of dark and spicy as well. Love the smell of this fragrance. I can't talk to you about performance or anything on this, and probably for none of these here, honestly, because like I said, this is only my second time wearing it today, but I am really enjoying it thus far. Now, to my knowledge, the sales associates told me that you can only get these in the YSL boutiques. However, after the fact, I did Google the fragrance and I saw that Bloomingdale's had it as well, but I couldn't find it any other retailer. But if you have a YSL boutique near you, you can definitely go in there and smell it. And they were at the register, just to let you guys know if you're looking for them. But smells really good. And although this comes off as a darker fragrance, I don't find it to be too heavy for me to wear, even though it's hot today. So again, that is 37 from YSL. This next fragrance is one that I am so excited about. And I already talked about it a little bit on my Instagram, but this is from Born to Stand Out. This is called Cuvée Skin. So this is supposed to give off the smell of champagne on skin. I think that's how they described it. And I love this, y'all. It gives that sparkly, like, burst of effervescence that you get from champagne at the top. However, there is something woody in this fragrance. There's something musky that comes off like skin-like, but not too like dirty or anything. It is so sensual. There also seems to be some sort of fruit in here, and I don't know if it's peach or nectarine or apricot or something like that, but one of those types of fruits that is giving it a little bit of sweetness. But overall, I wouldn't call this a sweet fragrance. It has sweetness to it, it has muskiness to it, it has a little bit of woodiness to it, and it has that champagne vibe to it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The fragrances in this collection are meant to be skin type scents, and although I expected this fragrance to be super light, I found that when I wore this fragrance, I could actually smell it on myself quite a bit. Like, I wasn't expecting to smell it a lot. This is from their Eau Intimate line, and I knew that going in. So you can see this is a big bottle. This is a 100 ml bottle, and it retails for $210, I believe, on the Born to Stand Out website, and that is less than their normal fragrance prices. But I will say this particular one wore really well, and I absolutely loved wearing it. I've only worn it twice. So I wore it to bed once, I wore it out and about once. My dent is pretty big, but that's because I gave a decant or 2 away because I was so excited about it. I had to share it with somebody. And so, yeah, that's why my dent looks a little bit bigger. But y'all, I am in love with this. So much so that I want the entire collection. I really do. It's in my cart. It's been sitting in my cart for a couple weeks now. But I really want the entire collection. But y'all know I'm trying to slow down on my buying. So, well, maybe y'all don't know, but I'm basically out of space. And so, yeah, I have to be very careful about how many fragrances I buy from here on out, just because I don't have the space, you know, and maybe I need to get rid of some. I don't know. Anyway, this fragrance is absolutely stunning. So again, that is Cuvée Skin from Born to Stand Out. So next, let's go ahead and open up a fragrance that was sent to me. I have not smelled this fragrance, but it was sent to me from the brand Viage. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is called Tranquil Tokyo. So here's what the bottle looks like. And in the interest of time, this is going to be the last box that I show, just because I don't want this video to be super long. I know I showed y'all this box, but all the other ones that I haven't tried yet, I'm going to unbox off camera. But anyway, this is Tranquil Tokyo. So let's smell it. I don't remember the notes for this fragrance at all. They reached out to me and I picked out a fragrance based on the notes, but I really don't remember it at all. Okay, so this smells pretty good. I'm getting a bright citrus note at the top. Kind of smells like lemon, but it also kind of smells like it could be something like yuzu. Kind of more tropical, more exotic, bright citrus. It comes off pretty airy in my opinion. It also smells like there could be some mint in here. As this fragrance continues to dry down, I do smell something a bit deeper underneath. And just to let you guys know, whenever I film these first impressions, a lot of times I will sniff for like a few minutes off camera, just because I don't want y'all to just sit here and stare at me sniff. So I cut out my sniffing, but I will say it's probably been about 2 minutes at this point, and it's starting to dry down some. I'm getting a little bit of woodiness and almost something slightly, like very, very slightly smoky in the background of this fragrance. But overall, this is still coming off as a bright, fresh, citrus type scent that has this kind of ocean air vibe to it and a minty vibe to it. I really like this. I think this is going to be perfect for super hot days, especially if I'm going to be outside, because it just smells so refreshing and clean without smelling like cleaner. Like, even though it's a citrus, it doesn't smell harsh or anything like that. It doesn't smell like kitchen cleaner. It smells really good. Yeah, very clean smelling in that fresh kind of citrusy type way. So yeah, I'm very excited to play around with this. So thank you, Viage. And again, that is Tranquil Tokyo. The next fragrance that I have is my first purchase from this brand. This is from the Merchant of Venice, and this is called Grand Titro La Finis. So this fragrance purchase was inspired by Demi Rawlings. She talked about this on a video recently, I guess over the last month or so, I don't know. But she talked about it and it sounded good, and I saw it for such a good price that I went ahead and picked it up, y'all. So I have not worn this one yet. I have smelled it before, but I have not worn it. So to me, this comes off as a yellow floral mixed with vanilla. The vanilla in here is sweet, but not necessarily gourmand. It does have some thickness to it, but not overly so. And then it smells like there's a mix of like yellow and maybe white florals in here. So it's kind of giving off that tropical vibe that yellow florals give off, but it doesn't smell extremely tropical. This smells quite grown up, I shall say. I do enjoy it. Just from the smell, I'm excited to see how this wears on my skin, but I feel like it definitely must have ylang-ylang in here, and I'm not always the biggest fan of ylang-ylang because I find that sometimes on my skin it just doesn't smell right. But to me, this definitely smells like there's some ylang-ylang in here that's kind of going in that banana direction. So I think this will work for me. We'll have to try it out on skin and see, but so far so good. I think it smells really good. I think it smells tropical, appropriate for this time of year without smelling like coconut, sunscreen, all that. So it is a really pretty scent and I'm excited to try it. So again, that is Grand Titro La Finis by Merchant of Venice. This next fragrance I just got in the mail today and I'm so excited to smell it. This is from the brand Memoirs of a Perfume Collector, and I feel like for those of you who are watching me, if you heard me say that brand name, you already know who I associate this brand with. It's none other than Marcy, Marcelina Teresa here on YouTube. I think it's Marshmallow on Instagram. But she recently talked about this new line of fragrances from the brand, and she recommended me to them. So thank you, Marcy. She's always looking out for me, y'all. She recommended me to them to try one of the fragrances out. And so the one that I got from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector along with Marcy is Rio de Janeiro. So this is a part of their Midnight City collection, and these are Extrait de Parfums. Now I do own one other fragrance from this brand that I really enjoy, and it's Tales from Zanzibar. That one I did purchase. Shout out to Marcy because that's her favorite fragrance and I had to get it and I do love it. So this is my second one from the brand. I'm really excited to try it. So let's go ahead and smell it. Okay, this smells quite refreshing. Based on the bottle, I was not expecting it to smell refreshing, but it definitely does. So I'm getting some fruitiness to this, some sort of tropical fruit. Kind of smells like passion fruit. Yeah, it kind of smells like passion fruit. Maybe some orange. I'm also getting a little bit of greenness to this fragrance. Not a ton, but a little bit of greenness that's keeping this fresh and keeping it from being too sweet. And this fragrance also smells like clean and airy, like you would expect I don't want to say a laundry detergent to smell because I don't think it smells like laundry detergent, but it's giving me the vibe of like a fruity laundry detergent. That sounds so bad, but I promise it smells really good. Okay, so it's been a couple minutes, and as this is drying down, I do smell some woodiness coming out. I smell some sort of floral in the background, kind of smells like rose, not quite sure. But overall, the vibe that I'm getting, and this is first impressions, y'all, the vibe that I'm getting is a fruity scent, like a tropical fruity scent with mainly passion fruit that comes off pretty clean. And it comes off very airy and smooth and a little bit floral. I love this. This smells like something I could wear on the hottest of days and it will be present but not overpowering, not sickening. It would give me that fruity like vibe, but not something that's overly fruity. And usually in fragrances, whenever I smell passion fruit, I always associate them with either Erba Pura or Kirk from Tiziano Terenzi. That doesn't smell like this to me. This smells completely different than those, even though the passion fruit is there. Yeah, this smells really, really good, y'all. I'm gonna peek at the notes real quick. Yeah, so there's this little card holder in here and it did have the notes in here. So I'm gonna look at them because I am just interested. Okay. Y'all know I don't look at the notes. I didn't know which one they were sending me, so I did not look this fragrance up ahead of time because I wanted to be surprised, y'all. But I can see now, and obviously y'all saw the notes on the screen already. But yes, I am proud of myself because I'm like, I know this has to be passion fruit in here. And rose is in here as well. So, you know, your girl was on the right track. Obviously, I don't get all the notes right. But yeah, this smells really good. I'm glad I smelled this blindly because I feel like if I would have went into this knowing it was a passion fruit fragrance, I would have had like a preconceived notion of it. Because a lot of passion fruit fragrances to me smell the same, but this one does not. I really, really like this. Very excited. So thank you so much, Marcy. And of course, thank you to the brand for sending this over. Yeah, I'm excited to play around with this. So again, that is Rio de Janeiro from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. This next fragrance is from Valentino, and this is Sno Roso. So this fragrance was not a blind buy for me. This is one that was on my radar since it came out, and probably a couple months ago, I picked up another fragrance from this line and I got a sample of this one. And this one I kind of already knew that I would probably love, but I got the sample and yes, it was a love. I do love the other one as well, but that's not in this haul. And so I knew I would be getting this at some point and I got it. I got it and I love it. So to me, this comes off as a milky almond type scent. It kind of has this like cherry Dr. Pepper undertone to it, but not, I wouldn't call this a cherry scent. I wouldn't call it a Dr. Pepper scent, but underneath the milky almond tone, I do have that cherry Dr. Pepper kind of vibe to it, but very smooth. It does smell like there's some sort of floral in the background to me as well. but mainly this comes off as a milky almond creamy type scent. I don't know if milk is an actual note in here, and I hope I'm not scaring you off by saying milky, because maybe milky is the wrong word, because now we have so many like actual milk fragrances, right? And so this smells milky in the perfumey way, not necessarily like pure milk. So hopefully that makes sense. So it doesn't smell like a super heavy milk, but it does give off like milky almond. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but it makes sense to me. This is gorgeous, y'all. This is so comforting. It's so cozy, but at the same time, there's something a little bit sexy about this. So I could definitely see this being a date night scent for me. I don't think I will be wearing this during the day right now, because it just doesn't put me in that type of mode. But I have worn this to bed. I have worn it around my house just to hang out, but I haven't really worn it out and about yet. But I could definitely see myself wearing this out on a date night year round. And when it gets colder, I can see myself wearing this out during the day as well. It is so good, y'all. It is so, so good. Love this fragrance. So again, that is Sno Roso by Valentino. This next fragrance was sent to me from the brand The Gate, and this is called First Sight. So I think this brand has been out for a few years, but they recently redid the bottles, and I don't know if they changed the names, but they basically revamped their entire line. And so they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try a fragrance. I picked out one based on notes, but I will tell you that was probably over a month ago, and I have no idea what the notes are. So let's smell it together. I have not smelled this one yet. Okay, this is bright and citrusy again. Smells like there could be lime in here as like the dominating citrus. Kind of also smells minty, so it's reminding me of like a mojito or something right off the bat. Smells pretty airy, kind of gives me ocean air vibes without smelling marine-like. Okay, I've been letting this one dry a little bit, and as it's drying, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more sweetness to it. So it's really reminding me of a tropical drink, like a mojito. So I feel like, I could be completely wrong, y'all, but I feel like I can pick up lime, mint, the sugar cane that you get in mojitos. It has this airy, like ocean type of vibe to it. I really like this. I really, really like this. I like mint in fragrances. I know some people don't. It can come off like toothpaste to some people. But the fragrances that I like with mint in them, they don't come off like toothpaste. They just come off with a very cooling vibe, which is great for super hot weather, especially when it's humid. This smells really good. I don't know if there are aldehydes in here as well, but it's definitely giving me that clean, like aldehydic type smell as well. Yeah. This smells like summertime, y'all. I'm so excited to wear this. I feel like this haul is really doing what it's supposed to do, because some of these, like I said, I have not smelled, so I didn't know what to expect. But y'all, so far, no disappointments. This smells really good. Like an easy reach, but still not a basic citrus. I really like this. Okay, very excited to wear this. Thank you again to the brand. Again, that is First Sight from the brand The Gate Fragrances. So I'm kind of feeling like this next fragrance I probably should have put first, and I'll tell you why in a second. But this is from Maison Francis Kirk Jean, and this is Kirky. So this fragrance was released a few months ago, and Kirky, I'm sure y'all probably already know this because y'all are frag heads like me, okay? But just for those of you all who don't know this, Kirky was a childhood nickname for Francis Kirk Jean, the perfumer and the founder of this brand. So this fragrance is supposed to smell like nostalgia. This is supposed to remind you, or it was done for him to remind him of his childhood. So this is a step away from the normal fragrances from this line. I feel like Maison Francis Kirk Jean, the fragrances are all pretty serious. Even the lighter fragrances, I find them to be pretty serious, and I like that. But this is supposed to be like a playful thing. And so I smelled this in store a couple weeks ago, and I have to say I couldn't smell it. But I had smelled probably 1,000 other things before smelling it. And that's why I'm saying maybe I should spray this one first, because I have not actually worn this yet. But I've been wanting to try this for forever. It went on sale and I had a gift card. And so I was like, you know what, Ayesha, just try it so that you can try it on your skin at home, because smelling in the store, I don't feel like does it justice. So This smells, this is not my first time smelling it since I got it, but I have not actually worn it yet. So to me, this comes off smelling like fruity shampoo. So it smells like a mix of candies, maybe like Skittles and gummy bears or something. But it also smells like clean shampoo. So even though it's fruity and juicy, it smells like a body care product. Like shampoo or hairspray. I don't want to say hairspray because hairspray has that very like alcohol smell. So not hairspray, but like shampoo or like a fruity body wash. It is playful. It is sweet, but I don't find it to be over the top sweet. It has this airiness to it that to me makes it feel a bit more sophisticated, even though it is on the playful side. Now this one I've not worn yet. I don't know how I'm going to enjoy it on, but just based on hearing other people's reviews, I don't expect this to be a super heavy fragrance. And like I said, when I smelled it in the store, I couldn't smell anything. But again, I had smelled probably 30 fragrances at that point. Maybe not 30, but at least a good 20. So I'm excited to wear this. I don't have much to say about it as of yet. I can't tell you if it's worth the money because we all have different things, what we think is worth the money. But I will say if you're interested in this fragrance, maybe see if you can get a sample or at least go in store and spray it on your skin and maybe try this first before you try a bunch of other things. Because sometimes I feel like if you do smell a lot of heavy fragrances, it's hard to pick up on light fragrances, but that doesn't mean that they won't work for you in your everyday life. So I bought this fragrance knowing that it's probably not going to be a heavy fragrance. It's probably not going to do a whole ton. But I have places in my collection for fragrances like that, especially because I live in such a hot climate. So I'm excited to play around with this. I don't know if it's going to be a love for me right now. I do enjoy the smell of it, but I want to see how this wears on the skin. So again, that is Kirky from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This next and last fragrance is from Amouage, and this is Decision. So this fragrance came out not too long ago, and of course, I was interested. If you guys don't know, Amouage is one of my top 2 favorite fragrance brands. It might be my favorite. I'm not sure. I've been an Amouage fan for a long time. But every time they release a fragrance, I'm interested. Like, just know I'm interested. However, the prices are quite steep. So I'm not blind buying everything because honestly, I don't feel like Amouage is a brand you should blind buy very often because their fragrances can be pretty complex. They are not likable for everyone. And so even me, who is a blind buy baddie, as Alexis would say, Tresses of Alexis, shout out to her. So even me who likes to blind buy, I don't typically blind buy Amouage. When this fragrance came out, it was released with Existence, and Existence seems to be the more popular of the two. But when I looked at the notes, Decision sounded like the better one for me. Fast forward to, I got a sample of Existence. I couldn't get one of Decision though, even though that's the one I really wanted. I got a sample of Existence. I smelled it. I liked it. Didn't love it. It's sitting somewhere on my table here in front of me. But that did prompt me to actually take my butt over to my Neiman Marcus, 40 minutes away, to go smell this fragrance, and it was love at first sniff for me. I didn't buy it then because I just was like, I don't need to be spending money on this. But I couldn't get it off my mind. So as soon as I came across a coupon, I got it. I think I got like 15% off on this by signing up for a newsletter. But I'll take it, okay? Oh, yeah, this smells good. So to me, I've only smelled this one time. This one I just opened. So I only smelled this in store one time. So this is still pretty much first impression. But yeah, to me, this smells so good. Very helpful, right? So I'm getting like this kind of dark muskiness to this fragrance almost. It kind of smells skin-like, but very clean skin-like. It kind of comes off soapy in a way, not like full-on soap, but like maybe like body cream, body wash. Yeah, it's coming off like that. But there's some incense in here that is giving it this slightly, very, very slightly smoky vibe. I wouldn't call it smoky, but a very slight smoky vibe. There's some spice in here. To me, it does smell like there's cardamom. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I feel like that's what I smell. But then I also get something slightly green, some freshness. Yo, I don't even know why I tried to describe this. When I smelled it in the store, I couldn't describe it then. I can't describe it now, but I love the way it smells and I cannot wait to wear this on skin. So just to try to like, let me try to give y'all a little brief statement of what it smells like something more concise. Let's just say it smells like a slightly spicy, but very smooth incense body wash with some greenness in there. Sorry guys, you just need to smell it, okay? You just need to smell it. That's what you need to do. You need to smell it. There's a little bit of sweetness to this as well. I love the way this smells, y'all. I can't describe it. I can't do it any justice, but I do love the way this smells and I cannot wait to wear this. Now, even though this is in the men's bottle, they don't call them men's bottles anymore, but if you've known about Amouage for a while, the ones that they used to target the male audience with are in these bottles, and then the other like shorter bottles are targeted towards the women. So even though this is in the men's bottle, this smells 100% unisex to me. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Oh my gosh, y'all. So excited to wear this. I am so excited to wear this. I have another Amouage fragrance on my wish list too. I'll just go ahead and tell y'all about it because y'all probably see it soon. It's in my cart in multiple places right now, but it's Luster from Amouage. That one's on my wish list too. But Decision, y'all, if you like a unique scent and you like a lot of fragrances that I like, I'm not gonna tell you to go order this, but go to a store that sells it and see if you can get your nose on it, because I didn't know what to expect. And I haven't heard many women talk about this besides Marcy. Marcy did talk about this and she loves it too. And then also my friend Demetria, she's on TikTok. Y'all have seen her on my channel before, but follow her on TikTok. I'll leave her information down below as well. I know that she has this as well and she loves it. And so I feel like, don't count it out just because it's in a men's bottle. Don't count it out because of the notes. If you like fragrances, if you tend to like a lot of the fragrances that I recommend, I feel like you definitely should get your nose on this. Yeah, love it. So again, that is Decision from Amouage. So y'all, that was my fragrance haul. I do have a couple more things that were sent to me from brands, but I didn't want this video to be too long. And some of them I kind of feel like would be better on Instagram. So, you know, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Anyway, let me know if you've tried any of these fragrances. What do you think of them? Are any of them on your wish list? I feel like this was a great haul, y'all. A great haul because I'm excited basically about, yeah, I'm excited about every single fragrance here. Even Kirky. Kirky is probably the one that I'm not too sure about, but I'm still excited to wear it. And so I feel like this is a very successful haul. Anyway, any of these you want to know more about, leave it in the questions below. I'm not going to do a single review on it. I'm just going to let y'all know right off the bat. I'm not doing any single reviews on any of these fragrances. But if you have like one that you really want to know more about, then I might possibly do a short, like a 1-minute review on it, or I'll feature it in a video. It just lets me know when you guys want to know more about certain fragrances. It lets me know which ones I should feature more, or maybe I should play around with more so I can kind of, you know, give you more input besides just my first impression on them. And I'm in the process of really trying to figure out where I'm going with my channel. Y'all not here for that. But like, y'all know, like last year I was really like heavy on my channel, like really trying to make this into a business. And this year I kind of decided that I don't want to push myself that hard on this channel. I want this to just be enjoyable for me. And so if that means I make less money on it or I don't really get the sponsorships, I'm okay with that. Like, obviously I want to see myself grow. I want to see, you know, money coming in because that makes you feel like, you know, you're not just wasting your time, right? But at the same time, I had to kind of think about what's important to me. And so I'm trying to get that balance of giving you guys what you guys want to see, doing things I enjoy, not working myself too hard, and just really being able to enjoy other aspects of my life and not spending too much time on social media, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn your notification bell on. Share this video with your friends, guys, so maybe I can grow a little bit. Anyway, check out the description box. I'll have links to all the products that I mentioned down below, along with links to everywhere else you can find me. So my blog, my Instagram, and my TikTok. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.